that M135i?
Yeah, bro, it's an M135.
Oh, fellow M135i
You
member.
got one as well, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Looks quite nice.
What you got?
It's normal, simple.
Auto?
Manual,
Heated seats?
cold seats,
Red levers? Black?
black levers,
Sunroof? What have you got then?
engine and a gearbox, mate.
So you got no options?
No options.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine.
But I'll see you later, mate. Yeah?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god! Poverty car, poverty owner. You're watching Car Nitty. My name's Mizan, and today I've got two BMW M135i's. Don't worry, you're not seeing double. I bet you're just about to pick up the phone and call your optician. You might be thinking, why have I got two M135i's on the channel? One of my subscribers, Jason, has been badgering me to get a manual M135i on the channel. So guess what? I've done exactly that. Now on this side, we've got a manual M135i, and another cool feature is it's got no options, literally nothing. And obviously on this side, a car that you must be familiar with is my car. And this car is obviously an auto and it's fully loaded. So in today's video, we're going to be covering both of these cars and seeing if you are buying a performance car, if you need all the toys. This is the series that gave birth to Car Nitty, so I'm so happy to bring it back. So let's start off with my car. It's an early 2013 model and it's fully loaded. So let's talk about some of those options. We've got the amazing ZF gearbox with an 8-speed. We've got red leather interior, heated seats, memory seats, auto folding mirrors, Harman Kardon sound system, Pro Nav, and a reverse camera with self-parking, parking distance control front and rear, cruise control, and other bits I'm probably not aware of, but little things. Now, in terms of options that I don't have, there's three main things that I want to mention. The first thing is the lack of a sunroof, which I don't care about, because realistically, I'm not that fussed about it. I really don't care for it. It's not really a big thing for me. The second option that I don't have is an M Performance back box. And again, it would have been nice to have, but I don't care, because guess what? I've done a back box delete. And the last thing I don't have, which I do care about, and I'm upset that I don't have it, is the adaptive suspension. What that would do is when I put the car into sport mode, it would make the suspension stiffer. If I put the car into comfort, it would be comfort dampers. Right now, my car has passive M Sport setup, which means no matter what drive mode I'm in, it's the same suspension. The only thing that changes with the modes is my throttle response. Now let's talk about the other M135i. It's a 2014 model, and you're probably thinking that's just a year newer than my car and that's it. Well, in 2014, BMW made quite a big change to the car. Now, my car being a 2013 car, and early 2013 at that, means I've got a pneumatic wastegate. And the 63 reg models and onwards, i.e. the late 2013 cars, they come with an electronic wastegate. Now, what does that mean? If you map your car, the pneumatic wastegate doesn't hold boost as well as an electronic wastegate. So if I wanted to push my car to 400 horsepower, my car can do that. But anything beyond that, it just cannot do it because the wastegate doesn't allow it to reach its full potential. Whereas this car being the 2014 model and having the electronic wastegate, it can go beyond that. So realistically, my car, the most it can ever do is a stage 2 or a stage 2 plus, I believe. And this car, we can take it to the moon. But realistically, if you are planning to take a 1 Series to the moon, do yourself a favour and buy an M140i. The reason for that is very simple. The B58 is a better platform and it's just better for tuning. Simple as. Don't even look at an N55 engine. In terms of options, as I said, this car has got absolutely nothing. Okay? Literally no options. Actually, that's a lie. There's one option. The fact that it's a 5-door. That's literally it. It's a manual and it's a white colour. That was the base option. It's got black levers. That was all free. It literally doesn't have anything else. In terms of power, both cars are stock. So they're both pushing 320 brake horsepower and 450 newton meters of torque. The main difference is obviously the fact that this is a ZF 8-speed and that's a 6-speed manual. Because of that, 0 to 60 differs. The auto can do it in 4.9 seconds and the manual does it in 5.1 seconds, but you have to be the Stig to probably achieve that number. One thing that's worth mentioning is that BMW are quite conservative with the 0 to 60 times. I have full belief that this car could do 0 to 60 in less than 4.9 seconds, and I'm sure this could probably do 5 seconds flat. Both cars are rear-wheel drive with an open diff. Now it's worth mentioning that in other European countries you can actually get these with an X-Drive, but not in the UK. It's time for a quick sound check. In this clip I want to point out the fact that my car's got a back box delete and this one's got a stock exhaust. I think that's enough talking now. It's time to go for a drive and compare them. Wrong car, that's not mine. So you guys now join us in my M135i and we've got Shahzaib here.
What's going on?
Thank you for coming down, man. The honest truth is, it wasn't like you bought the car brand new with no options.
Yeah, no.
And to be fair, it's not like you went and bought the car second hand for a premium. You bought that car salvaged and you repaired it.
That's right, yeah.
And you put it back on the roads. When I used to have my old steering wheel and I used to touch this one, I used to feel like it's so thin, you can really feel the road. I mean, it's hydraulic steering.
You can feel it.
But you can almost feel it, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's why I really hate thick rims, because I can't feel the road. You can't feel the road anyway,
Yeah.
but it gives the feeling a bit, if that makes sense.
You get more of a road feeling, yeah.
Exactly. So steering wheel, you're loving it.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as I jumped in, I was like, that's it, I'm going to change, right?
It makes you really want to... We got overtaken in the M135i. But we're doing comfort driving. He's going to enjoy the car for what it is, because obviously he's not having to change gears. So what about the cluster? I've noticed that your cluster, you've not got any of the black LED, the black panel display.
None of that.
So your one's quite bare bones. You've got proper needles and stuff. My fuel gauge is electronic. And
yeah, you got everything electronic.
Yeah.
It looks much better. It's more readable.
yeah, and it looks more modern, isn't it?
As well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What about, I'm going to press this button here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just letting you know right now that it's not me that's touching you right now. If your seat gets hot, it's not me, okay? My hands are here, yeah?
Sure, yeah.
There's something called seat heating, yeah?
No way. I thought they didn't make that. In the future.
How does it feel driving auto?
My left leg's twitching for the clutch. That's what's going on, but it's very comfortable.
Does it feel, does it feel familiar? Or does it feel like a different car, because everything is actually so different?
It feels like a different car. It doesn't feel like I'm sitting in a 135.
Really?
It feels like I'm sitting in like an M3 because of all the carbon.
Yeah, because it's
like a competition pack.
Yeah, because everything is so different. It's not just the steering wheel, it's not just the gearbox.
Yeah.
There's so many factors at play here, isn't it?
100%.
Like, yeah, to be fair, I'd probably feel the same way. I think the biggest thing as well that sticks out is these red levers.
Red levers, yeah.
So much colour in the cabin, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the carbon as well, I even have to admit, it's one of my favourite little touches that I've done to the car. Because it just brings the interior alive, doesn't it?
100%.
One funny thing I noticed about your car is, you've got a rear bumper on your car.
Yeah.
And it's got sensor holes in it, but you haven't actually got sensors.
No, I don't have sensors.
Because your car was rear-ended.
Yeah.
And as part of that rear end, you basically put that bumper on. That's the only one you could find.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of bumpers out there with no holes.
Yeah,
so you've got the holes for you.
Good price as well.
So do you regret having one with no options? I mean, I know it wasn't your choice technically, but do you feel like you're missing something?
A few things, like when it's cold in the morning, and I've got to jump in my car and the seats are frozen.
So now that you're driving the auto, be honest, do you miss the manual, or are you enjoying it? I mean, day-to-day living, imagine this was your car, would you enjoy it?
Day to day, it will make more sense to get an auto. Because I don't drive far.
Yeah.
As in,
you do a lot of city miles.
Yeah, so I'm always changing gears. Like right now, even though my left leg's twitching,
you feel comfortable.
I feel comfortable. Yeah.
Does the suspension feel any different?
It was quite similar to mine.
That's the thing, because I'm assuming I'm on stock suspension. No one's changed this.
Yeah.
So for you, I wondered if yours might be, but you're saying to me it feels the same.
Yeah, it feels very similar.
Yeah? Do you feel any difference apart from the fact that it is obviously an auto? Is there any difference? And forget the visual cosmetic stuff. Responsiveness of the engine. Does it feel faster with the auto? Or anything?
Yeah, with auto, it feels like it picks up the speed quicker.
Yeah.
Because you're not changing the gear. You
don't lose that 1 second that it takes to put in the clutch and put into gear, isn't it? So now what we're gonna do is we've done a bit of comfort driving. We've established everything that it feels. So now, man, put the car in sports mode for you. I put the gearbox in, so it went down in gear.
Yeah.
Put the car in gearbox into sport. Go for it, man.
Yeah.
As if he's enjoying it, I can tell by his face. He's enjoying it. How does it feel not have to change gears?
Smooth, like you know you can go down.
You don't have to think about it. You just have to focus on the road
and that's it.
and where you're gonna put yourself on the road, because obviously there's bends coming. And you can really enjoy the rear-wheel drive aspect of it, isn't it?
Yeah, you can feel the road properly.
Yeah, you don't have to focus on the gear shifting. Does it feel faster? Like, do you feel like you've got getting an extra 50 horses or something on top of what you had?
When it responds, it's different.
So I think what we're now gonna do is I'm gonna jump in the driver's seat and do a quick draggy time.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll compare against your car in a bit. So now I'm gonna run a 0 to 60 on my car. Car's in sport mode, not sport plus. Traction control is on. Got budget tires, and I'm carrying the weight of 3 passengers. All right, and a half tank of fuel. So I'm not gonna brake boost it. I'm just gonna gas it from stationary and see what I can do. All right. So here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1, go. Bit of wheel spin. That's 60. 6.4 seconds.
Yeah.
You're lying. 0 to 60.
Yeah. And the gearbox is sport.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to put the gearbox in sport. You're right, and there is a weight in this car. It didn't feel that slow though.
Yeah, it didn't feel that slow, but
can't lie with the numbers. The numbers don't lie. That's the thing.
yeah.
So I'm not too happy about that time I just got. So we're now running it again. The gearbox this time is in sport, and it's about modulating the power. So here goes. What's that?
6.1.
It's short shifting. The car is short shifting. I'm noticing that. Okay, last attempt. Here we go. It
6.12.
It does not feel like we're doing 6 seconds.
It feels quicker than that.
It feels absolutely. That means you're not doing. You're not even gonna do 7 seconds, mate.
Let's see. 6.12.
Oh, mate, you got no luck. You got no luck.
Let's see. 6.12.
Oh, mate, you got no luck. You got no luck. Let's see.
I can't remember when I've had a more pleasant day.
So you guys now join us in the seat of the manual car, and being in this car is so weird because it's so familiar yet not familiar. Let's start with the first thing. It's the steering wheel. I obviously had this steering wheel. Let's not forget my roots. I had this steering wheel. I'm not gonna be a snobby guy and pretend like my car came out the factory with this. It wasn't like that. I had to put it on. So this steering wheel, as ugly as some of you might think it is, I know some of you guys would knock it, but the honest truth is, right, when you're behind the driver's seat and you're driving it, believe me, there's no difference. It feels good. Yes, it's a bit thicker, but I don't know, this does feel good to drive. I'd be lying to you if I said it didn't. You know what, when I drive manual cars on the channel, I'm always a bit uncomfortable because I'm not used to manual cars in a day-to-day position. Look, I look so comfortable. I'm actually really enjoying this. I thought I would come into this car and I'd be like, this is disgusting, because I have no problems with manual. It's whether it's because the auto is that good. But as I drive this, it goes into the gear you want it to. It's not fighting with me. I've heard that a lot of cars, when they came out of the factory, they didn't feel good because they just wouldn't go into gear. Exactly.
I can't lie, I do get problems sometimes when the engine's cold. Yeah. Very cold, going into gear 1.
My car, I was watching you. All you're doing is just driving it around. Me, it's on me to do everything. And look, I'm driving comfort. Look, I'm short shifting. Look, I'm on gear 5 now. This is how I will drive the car day to day. But do you know what the crazy thing is? No matter how much you granny drive this, it's still not as economical as the ZF.
Never.
I've got 2 extra gears than you. So when in terms of ratios, I've got 2. Yeah, you jump on the motorway 70 miles per hour. I'm at what? 1700 RPM. You're on what? 2.5?
Easily.
And your engine's just screaming for a gear change. But there's nothing there.
Nothing to do.
Right, I have to just say, I've done a 3-point turn and there's no sensors, no camera. That was a bit alienating because there's nothing. There's no
Nothing to help
assistance.
you, yeah.
Nothing to help you. The cluster, it is very plain. Like, there's nothing digital on your dials apart from the little square that tells you your mileage and your odometer reader. It doesn't feel like I'm driving a 2014. This doesn't feel like a 2014 car.
Yeah.
This is not even an E90. I think an E90 comes with better dials than this. And then that iDrive, that's been stolen out of an E90.
Yeah.
Because what they've done is they've basically given you the older version of iDrive on your car. That's literally all they've done. So it has less computing resources, I believe, like a smaller processor.
Yeah.
So that's where they save the money. But then the one thing that does bug me is your screen is actually quite large, but it's the bezel that's massive. I mean, you haven't got Bluetooth audio, have you?
No, I don't.
This is what I'm saying. They've already screwed you over in so many ways. But they just have to give you a nicer looking one.
Yeah.
And on this cold winter day, I do have to say, I am missing the heated seats.
Heated seats, yeah.
I am missing it. But apart from that, man, it just feels so similar. It genuinely feels so similar. So I mean, the interior, yes, I'm missing the carbon, but again, it's just a wrap. So you can easily get that done yourself.
Yeah.
But one thing as well is worth noting is your road tax is higher than my car because of the gearbox thing I mentioned. My car is technically more economical. So when they were doing the emissions test, my car fared higher because it's more economical, because obviously I've got those extra 2 gears. So you're paying £340 a year on road tax.
Yeah, 330. Yeah.
330. Mine's about 250.
No way.
Yeah. And I'll get better fuel economy than you name it. But to be fair, I think the official numbers is about 3 to 5 mpg difference between me and you.
Yeah.
But
it's not a big difference.
It's not a massive difference, but I think it does add up. If you're doing motorway miles, it will add up. But then again, saying that, if you're driving a manual, you don't want to drive in the city. So where's the best place for a manual apart from a track? You can enjoy less power, less horsepower with a manual box because it makes up for it in other ways. Yeah. In my car, it's all about aiming the steering wheel and shooting it. None of us are better than an automatic gearbox, or at least a modern one anyway. Yeah. But yeah, suspension feels exactly the same. Exactly the same. There's no difference. We're both on stock suspension. There we go. Oh wow, this feels good, man. Oh my god, this feels good. Oh god, you know what? I'm liking this, man. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I can't believe I didn't consider the manual. I just wrote it off. I just thought, nah, ZF, it's just such a good gearbox. I'm loving this, man. Oh god, the bomb is... This is fun, man. On a country lane, manual is more fun. This is the car. This is more fun. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do now is you're gonna jump in the car and you're gonna do the draggy times. So Shazam's now in the driver's seat. Makes sense for him to do the launch because obviously he knows the car better than me. We've got the car in sport mode. Traction control is on. The weight of 3 passengers. And yeah, that's it, man. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. So much wheel spin. Oh my god!
Where is it? Where is it? I'll be. I told you, manuals for the win.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone that owns a ZF. I just didn't want to abuse my car. I didn't think he would do that. That just goes to show I didn't really push my car. I don't want to put my car through it again, man.
Numbers don't lie.
Nah, listen, you did it better than me. But like, come on, you can't dispute the fact that auto will always be faster.
Yeah, of course. It's gear changes.
Yeah. Right, attempt number 2. I have no idea why we've been doing it attempt number 2 when he's already beating me. He's a cocky little bugger. You done 60. Not as good as your other time. But you know what? That didn't feel faster than my car.
Yeah, I know.
Performance cars are about the engine and gearbox above everything, the drive, the theatre. Spec options vary with different manufacturers, with Porsche being one of the most costly. But a lot of people say you don't need the options, and the gearbox choice is the main thing to decide on. So I wanted to apply the same logic to a more affordable performance car, like the M135i. The manual is a lot more fun for any real driver that cares about engagement, but it's not as fast or seamless as the auto. So if numbers are your thing, get the auto. And if you care about pure driving pleasure, then the manual is your choice. But the issue is an M-Lite must be your daily driver as well as your weekend toy, and that's where it gets cloudy. And the honest answer is, there is no right choice. If you can live with the poorer MPG and live in a congestion-free town or village, then go for the manual. If you care about MPG and you live in a busy city or town, then the auto is a no-brainer. Don't write off one or the other. Regarding spec, I care how much creature comforts I have in my car. I'm sorry to admit that, but it's lovely having gadgets as well as holding residual value. But if you ask me, do you really need the options to enjoy a performance car? I'd say no. But saying that, I like having a warm bum, my mirrors to fold when I park up automatically, and many other things. So I'd say weigh out what you need in a performance car and don't shake on that. If you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.